Well, listener, don't get in your pants about it. I didn't sit round by round and score Jeff Horn versus Manny Pacquiao. I saw it in La Tuna, Texas. I was in prison there, and we get, the Mexican TV, boxing is free. So we saw it on the Spanish TV channel, and I was able to watch it. Obviously, only half understanding what the announcer said at the time, and watching it. Look, one thing I took from the Manny Pacquiao Jeff Horn fight is, you may land more punches, right? But this is not amateur boxing. This is not a punch count, right? But if a guy is so much bigger than you, he can effectively bully you around the ring. I call that ring generalship. Back in history, there was a fighter named Willie Pep. Now, Willie Pep was a boxer, right? A boxer and a mover. But legend had it, and they like to say Willie Pep won a round not throwing a punch at all. What do they mean by that? They meant by it like Willie was slipping punches and moving his head, and he looked so dazzling that the guy swinging on him, even though he may have connected once or twice, looked less effective than Willie Pep did. So Jeff Horn, let's take that in reverse. Manny looked really undersized in the Jeff Horn fight. It looked like, even though he may have landed more punches, Jeff Horn could kind of step into him and bully Manny backwards. Now, I'm not going to deal with the round by round scoring of it. I didn't watch it that close. I don't remember it that well, but that's sort of how I felt about that fight. I will tell you, recently, Canelo Skull, look, I would not have scored it this way, but can I understand how somebody would have said Skull won that fight? I know Skull is saying he won that fight. Sure, I can see it. It's the Willie Pep thing. I moved the entire time. And by the way, pretty impressive to be a 168 pounder and move like that, right? Like, for the little guys, okay, the little guys are avoiding conflict and you're small anyway and you're moving your body. For Skull, I mean, he's a big dude. What do they blow up to? At least 175 the night after, probably more like 180, 190. And to keep that bike on the whole time was very impressive. Canelo didn't cut the ring off and he didn't land very much. So I could see how somebody, Skull in particular, would think that. Not saying I would have scored it that way. Me personally, I would have scored Canelo winning by him advancing. But at the end of the day, and by the way, just like Horn advanced against Pacquiao, at the end of the day, scoring is very, very subjective in boxing. I think one of the key components, and this is a minor one, not a major one, but one of the key components with MMA is the scoring is allowed to be much more definitive. It's much tougher to rip someone off in MMA and justify it than it is in boxing. Boxing, they just kind of shrug their shoulders and people go, oh, this is boxing, and nobody knows what to say about it. And then guys come on and give you two different versions of the fight itself, right? And there it is. So yeah, listener, don't get upset over my opinion. It's just my opinion. Everybody like and subscribe for more in the fight game.